to do the best that they can to sell on to others, to not steal, to not rape, pillage, and loot our digital identities which exist in the ether somewhere. So those people who have a sort of a technological prowess, we entrust them, but usually they let us down. So we must have rights to the data that we produce. We must have the ability to earn from the work that we do to create that data. That really, I think, is the missing piece, that we do not have the rights, and then we do not have the right to earn. So Blue Number is a data cooperative. We are here because we offer digital identity, a space for someone to create an identity in the digital realm, in the digital economy. And the reason why we do that is so that that identity can have digital property rights. You need a digital identity to own digital assets. Those digital assets can then be digitally credentialed. You can actually build an entire persona that owns stuff in the digital economy. And together, these can become collectively a foundation for how you participate in the digital economy, as opposed to the digital economy happening, and really you're still in the analog economy, but you're producing something that becomes a label for something else. We are now in the space where having data, having digitalization is no longer an option. If we continue to maintain that option, we are creating a two-tier society. And we need to remove that idea that some people do not have digital identity, digital access, digital connectivity, financial literacy, all of those things which you need to have if you're part of the digital economy. So, Blue Number works with co-ops, with collectives, to secure data property rights, to monetize that data, and to build data assets. The future, I think, of anything that we can see around us culminates in how that thing is represented as data. So you must have the data assets that would allow for you to inherit, collateralize, pass on, benefact, all of the aspects that you can associate with the property on the corner, great cities of Europe. It's all built on something inherited. In the global south, we should be inheriting data. Co-ops, I think, are the natural brokers of data for and from their members. They are the first place that you see data, because if you are creating milk, if you're growing fruits, if you are in a credit union, that relationship that you already have with an organization sets up a logical broker for the data that is being created from the group. Co-ops can validate and they can certify. They add value to that data by saying this data has been created by one of our members. Our members together share these values. Our members together come from this place. We talk a lot about traceability, for example, in food. Now, it's ridiculous to think that traceability data is given for free. Because if you want to know if cheese comes from a particular part of Italy or if rice comes from a particular part of Japan, there is value to that. But today, farmers and co-ops are required to do additional work and give the label for free. So at Blue Number, we decouple these things. You want to have rice? Great. You want to have premium rice that comes from a particular place that is grown by smallholder farmers, and you want to put that on pack? That's a different price. And you need to pay for the data separately. I think that co-ops are almost the perfect nexus of people and products. It is the best case for the most individuals acting collectively. Traditional business puts products first, and people are part of the process of creating those products. So the specific opportunity for co-ops and data is people produce data that assert sustainability. In my mind, there are no sustainable products. There are only sustainable people. When sustainable people do things, they create sustainable products. So having a metric about sustainability that does not talk about the people behind it, or is not from the people behind it, is frankly absurd. Why do we need data property rights? Because data property can be owned now, without FDI, without development assistance. It only needs the assertion of rights by the person over the data that they create. And Global South countries are born digital today. So the Global South and Global South co-ops in the Global South must not allow for this asset, this new asset, to be stolen and traded by others. It cannot be another thing that is extracted. It cannot be another thing that is sold through audit reports and compliance reports and regulatory reports to meet a far-off standard. It needs to be sold at source, at farm gate, by the people who are creating it. Blue Number is set up for that system. We as a cooperative will actually be setting up to join the ICA to ensure that all members have the opportunity to work with us. Thank you.
And thank you so much, Luan. Blue Number is indeed an interesting partner to the ICA.